Seamless Xtra as we continue to explore the latest trends and innovations in the world of digital commerce.
Hi Sayed, welcome to Seamless Extra. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you, Micah. It is always pleasure seeing you, and I'm looking forward for a good conversation with you.
Yes, of course, of course. So it's a pleasure to have you here on our platform today. And our theme, as we've discussed, will be talking about strengthening digital commerce operation with cross-border partnerships and sustainable initiatives. Um, would be as my first question, Sayed, is as digital commerce is unstoppable right now in any industries, how can businesses cultivate a culture of innovation and really foster collaboration across the entire team?
Yeah, Mika, very good question. And first of all, is there are certain things which you can avoid in your life, and certain things which you can't avoid. So, likewise, digital commerce is like one of the spinal cord of your business today. If you are not there in the digital commerce, you are not there in the business. So therefore, this has to be in the forefront of the business, where the first thing, how do we foster the culture of innovation and collaboration? The first thing is the mindset, where you get the people around and let people understand that what is the importance of it and how this is going to create the differentiation in your business. It is like the oxygen of your life, right? So when you do that, so what we do as an organization is we try to get all our key stakeholders and let them explain that what is the overall purpose behind it and how you want to take it to the next level. That is the number one. And number two is that you need to create a culture of innovation within your company where we make the people understand that we are living now in an extraordinary time frame where every day is changing with the new technology, new product line, new work. So therefore, if you don't change by yourself, then the time will change and you will not be relevant in the business. And personally, I strongly believe on a theory of relevancy that you need to be relevant to your business, you need to be relevant to your people, you need to be relevant to your family, to everyone, right? So if when you bring that concept along with the people, then it automatically brings that if you want to be relevant, you need to be innovative. You need to think out of the box. You need to figure it out that how I can align with my people, align with my job, and I can do it better. And the number two, in terms of the collaboration, you cannot work as an individual. End of the day, when you want to achieve something, it has to be a team effort. It has to be the people who want to collaborate, complement with each other. So when you create the culture in the similar way, explain the essence to the people, and then they get the people come on board of the similar kind of subject, then the both of the things become much more easier. So if you want to summarize, the point number one is the change in the mindset. Point number two is that it has to be top down, not bottoms up. As a leader of the your team, every person who leads the team, they should expertise. They should work on the similar thing. If I'll tell you about myself, in the last 1 year, I have done a multiple courses, gone to different universities. And
Mm.
when you come back and share the experience with your team, they also understand that how you want to adapt to the new things. We are de-working on the rebranding of the company or creating the new essence of the DNA. So on that way, you create the whole platform where people start thinking out of the box and to take the things forward.
I think those are really good points, and I totally agree with them. Like what you said, it's almost like a domino effect that once
Yeah,
like what you said, when you attend courses and once you innovate yourself, and then you can always pass it on to your team, and then that has an effect where the team is more motivated or is more like thinking out of the box. And like what you said, the key word there as well was that staying relevant. I think especially in today's competition, like what you said, it's not just the customers that are changing, even your competitors are changing. So if you
absolutely.
want to be relevant, then you've got to keep moving. And then one good point that is you talked about like collaboration, of course, like internally and cross-functionally. Now, just touching base more about collaboration. So when expanding in multiple locations, we've discussed before that your business is doing really well. Danube Homes has expanded, so you're definitely an expert with this. But when a business wants to expand in multiple locations, how can it fosters strategic partnerships with suppliers, with manufacturers, and in able to really ensure a diverse and high quality product range and service across the entire ecosystem.
Absolutely. So, if you want to grow in the business, like whatever that you do, you can't do alone by yourself or with your own team. You need to have the people who believe on your concept, and there are the people which you work with. In our business, if you will see, so we have a partnership or collaboration which we do on the five different pillars. So the pillar number one is that which we do with our vendors or who are the supplier, because we're a pure retail company. We don't do any manufacturing. So we develop the design, we develop the product line, but we don't produce it. So therefore you need a partner, you need a strong vendor who develop the product for you. So when I do the collaboration with them, it is not that you do the transactional. Okay, I go, I get a sofa, I want to sell it for 3,000 dirham, I want to buy for $200. It doesn't work like that. So what we do is we try to get 70% of our product from only 20 or 30% of our vendors. So we convert those vendors to our partners. We explain to them our long-term goal, that what is the long-term goal of the company, and when we grow, then how it benefits them as a vendor. So sometimes, we bring them to our Dubai, we show them that what is the development we are doing it, or we go to our country, another country where we do the operations, where we do the jointly study the market, how the demographic is working, so that again you bring those people into the same wavelength as yours. Let them understand that what is the long-term objective, and then how it can make beneficial both of us, because both of us are in the same journey. Both of us are having the similar objective, right? So that is one of the primary way where we try to work with our vendors, where we develop product together, where we look into the pricing, we look into the market, we look into the segmentation, so on and so forth, how it works out. Then the number two, the second, our strong partnership happens in terms of the technology. If you will see, there are two kind of company. Some are the technology-led company, there are some technology-enabled company. So we are not a technology-led company. We cannot have our own, we don't have our own people who who write the codes or develop the software. So we try to figure it out. A lot of technology company who are strong in their domain and who understand our requirement, and we work together to develop something. So likewise, when I go to the technology partner, so there we don't talk about one project that I am a subscriber, you give your product as a subscription, I pay you the money or do one thing. Rather, we say that, hey, come together to develop something interesting where, it should be our legacy, how we can work together, how do we understand. So we try to develop the similar kind of relationship with the technology providers, where together we develop, we work, and where we try to define purpose as one. So one of the most important thing any collaboration is define your purpose, and then take the people along with that particular purpose, that why you're doing it. Likewise, when we expand our business within Middle East, we are doing it by ourselves, but outside Middle East, we try to focus more on the franchisee business. So there also we take them into the family, we let them understand that what the business ethos are, what is the DNA of the business, how this business can impact more on their country, and how we can take the business to the next level. Likewise, in terms of logistics, in terms of our delivery channel partners, and in terms of our QC partners. So we try to develop the collaboration so that both of us understand the objective, and then we come to one line. And just to summarize, the number one is to define the purpose, why you are doing it. Then the number two is make the both of the parties comes to one wavelength, how we do that. And number three is that you review, you start something works good, something doesn't work good, then you try to take the corrective action, that how you can do it better, and you take it forward. So this is the primary way how we try to foster the culture of collaboration, and how do we do the partnership with a proper objective in our head and take the things forward.
I think that's a really excellent way of almost defining what true collaboration means. Like what you said, it's not just for it to benefit one side. It has to be like both sides, because I believe that if both sides have both benefits, not just short term but long term, like what you said, like they become part of your family, they become part of your operations, and they are a big key to your success, especially if you want to expand. And like your comment about technology, it's not a one-off partnership. It's like, how can we build this
Absolutely.
better? So it is, I suppose, with collaboration, it is looking at the long-term goal as well. It's not just a one-off, which is amazing. And of course, you've mentioned there about like looking for technology partners and all that. And like what we said at the start, that digital commerce, innovation, and technology are just totally unstoppable at the moment. Another theme around the retail and e-commerce industry that's really, popular at the moment is sustainability initiatives. Now, what would you say, how can companies still be sustainable in the operations and their products while still being innovative?
Yeah, so I don't see that these both are mutually exclusive. I feel that both are complementing. So you can be innovative with sustainability, you can be sustainable with innovation. But for me, I will confess it. 5 years before or 7 years before, when you started, the sustainability was a buzzword. It was more of a PR, more of a writing in your wall or
Mhm.
writing your mission or vision statement. But you don't. You just try to do it for the sake of doing it. But in the last couple of years, which I have realized, it is not writing on the wall or putting on your website or in the PR board. Rather, this is something which you need to understand by yourself, that why sustainability is important, why, what are the, how sustainability can take you to the different level, and how you feel responsible and accountable to work towards it. Once you understand that, then you can look into your business from A to Z, that what are the different processes I do, how I can do it better, how I can bring the element of sustainability to that. So you as a business leader, once you are convinced on this and you bring your core team along with the same line, and then you cannot explain to the other person that, hey, go and do implement like this.
Mm.
So your job is to bring the ecosystem around it, where you can listen, this is the things, 5 things which I have done in my life or I have done in my work, that how I can use that practice. So once you, again going back to the first point, if you bring the mindset that this is what I can do, then your journey becomes much more smoother, much more practical, and much more effective in terms of doing it. I'll give you a couple of examples. Like today, for example, if I go to a company, one of my vendor or partner, where I'm bringing the products. Now, if I am making one, for example, one gazebo with a roof, so there could be a roof with the polycarbonate, or there could be a roof with a recyclable material of the polycarbonate. So which is very easy, that whether I'm giving a $10 extra or $15 extra, but in the same time I can use a material which is used of the recyclable material. And if I understand this, that $15, if I'm paying extra, and I explain this to the customer, I communicate through my social media channel as well as the in-store communication, then as a customer, he also understand that, okay, I'm using it and I'm paying say 100 dirham extra, but it is not going to pinch me much.
Mm.
Likewise, you have a lot of ways within your organization, when you use the different material or different processes to do the particular job. If you can reduce the different processes, if you can do the energy saving, or you can use the, like, there's a lot of ways,
A lot of
recently,
ways, yeah.
a lot of ways, like everything can come out of the 100 of the ways how you can be more sustainable, how you can add more value to the company. So the first and foremost is the mindset. Once you accept it, acknowledge it, make your core people believe on the same thing, then life become much more easier on this. So I don't see that at all a challenge. It is
Yeah.
just a mindset, how you want to take it up.
I think the theme, I know the theme is digital commerce, but based on your answers, that it is the mindset and it's what you
Yes.
believe in that you will operate. And then the second one you mentioned that is communication. Like, how can you communicate to the audience that this is the material, okay, but then how are you making change on the sustainable environments? So those are really good. I'm sure that our audience have learned a lot just from this interview. Is there any final words that you wanted to say on the future of digital commerce to our audience?
Yeah, like as you rightly said, the first thing you said is the mindset. Number two, you said communicate. Number three, I will say is align. So you create the mindset, communicate to the people, align the people. And number four is the agile. So when you do that, you do something, something works, something doesn't work. Then when you take the people into the confidence in the workout, then
Mm.
I'm very sure that it will be much more an easier journey and an enjoyable journey.
Amazing. Well, thanks for that, Sayed. We will see you very soon on our platform as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mika. Thank you. Really pleasure having me on your podcast.
Thank
Thank you.
you.